What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So, some people on Twitter have stated that they believe that a 1% tax will not impact the overall position a hell of a lot. And they think that it needs to be higher. Some people think that it needs to stay at 0.2%. And some people just believe we shouldn't have a tax at all. Um, I understand where people are coming from that think that it should be higher because they want this to happen a lot sooner. They're like, I'm tired of holding and I want to see an impact to the price right now. Those are the people that are probably going to end up leaving as we see a major price increase. So if we see this go to a drop zero, they're out of it. If we see it go to maybe a drop zero 1.5, or see it at 0.005, 50% of a penny, people are out of it. Um, Even though it has the potential to get up to a penny, right? And a penny is only a $60 billion market cap. And we definitely can see it get to that point. But we do need to have, an understanding of where utility will be in order to see that $60 billion market cap at the current supply. But if we're burning down the overall supply, um, we're we don't need to see a $60 billion market cap. It gets to a lower and lower market cap and maybe a $6 billion market cap, or a $4 or $5 billion market cap, something like that. Um, but the point is that people don't believe that a 1% tax will actually make a difference. And what I've stated is that we could see this happen. We could see this burn off in 1 to 2 years. We could see this burn off. It could take 5 years, right? But the point is that it has a better chance of burning off that supply than what it does now with a tax on all transactions. So if you haven't seen my previous videos, make sure you go and check out those videos, because we're looking to get exchanges to get on board with all of this. And I'm continuing to reach out to these exchanges. I have a spreadsheet. I love building spreadsheets, and I just want to get them to confirm. We've had a couple of exchanges that have said yes already, but we just want to get some of the bigger volume exchanges. If we can get something like a Binance or a KuCoin or a BTC Turk or whatever to agree to this, then it will be absolutely huge for all of us. Like I will be ecstatic if we could see something like that. So anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be going through what the impact will be or can be, just to show you what a 1% tax could do to this overall position if we had it on all of the supply. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below for my Twitter, for Patreon, for Webull, for KuCoin, all of those referral links. If you guys want to sign up for those platforms, definitely do that. But this is where we're going to start. We're just going to go in here. We already did an update on Terra Luna Classic in the previous video and where it stands, but you're sort of going to get an update anyways from here. So I had this spreadsheet that I built. You see the spreadsheet where we're listing out the exchanges. We have the Twitter, we have their following, we have whether we private message them or not, or send an email to them. We have the ones that will agree, which we really have LA Token, and I believe we have Lightbit that has done it as well. But we have all of that listed, which we're going to continue to update and continue to send out private messages and try and get them to, respond and, agree to the terms there. But I have this other section over to the right, which you're seeing right above my head, which does list out kind of the stats, right? You're seeing the CEX volume as of April 5th, which is today, which is only 47 million or 46 million. You're seeing $70,000 in DEX volume, total volume or total supply. You see the price, you see the burn rate, all that stuff there, right? Now, this is our problem here, is that currently we're doing all of our math based off of the DEX. People will mention, they're like, oh, well, look what the 1.2% burn tax did before. Well, it was only DEX volume, and it did way more than what it's doing right now. It went, the volume and the amount of volume happening on the DEX side went down as we decreased the tax to 0.2%, but I'll let that be. So we see $47 million in volume, which is not a crazy amount, but it is still $47 million. So if we look at about 1%, right, we say that the current price is this. If we're looking at 1% For the burn rate, if we're seeing the total amount of dollars that is burned, we basically take the total volume and we multiply it by the 1% to get how much is going to be there, which is about 468 million, or sorry, $468,000, which would be 3.9 billion coins as of the current price. So overall, throughout the year, you would burn 1.4 trillion coins. This would be per day that you end up burning. So 1.4 trillion coins. Is that not a lot? Is that not creating an impact to the overall price? Yes, it is. And that's not even the highest amount of volume or even close to the average volume that we see. For this low period, definitely. But as we start to get into more bullish periods, it starts to get way better when it comes to volume. But basically, it would take about 4.8 years, 4.8 years for that to play out. So basically, 5 years for everything to play out to burn off the entire supply and get us to where we feel like we need to get to. Now, that may take a long time. I feel like a lot of hype would be pushed out the door. We want to see a continuous path. That's the only thing that could be positive, is that we are going to see a continuous path that's there. So it is burning consistently and it's a continuous path. This means that the exchanges would have to burn for 5 years. That's not something that I expect them to agree to have the burn live like that for 5 years and do something like that for a long period of time. I expect them to probably do it for somewhere around maybe 2 years. So we need to find a way to get that to 2 years. Well, what's the way that we can get that? Is by more volume that's happening. As we're seeing burning that's taking place, it may start at $46 million, but then we may end up seeing it go to, let's unhide these. We may end up seeing it go to 100 million, right? We've seen this in the billions, but we may see it go up to 100 million. If it does go up to 100 million, we're looking at about 1 million that could be burned per day. And you're looking at 8.4 billion per day, right? That you end up burning off. 8.4 billion that you end up burning off per day. And per year, you're looking at about 3 trillion that you can burn off with $100 million in volume, or over $100 million in volume. Now, I'm not sure how much the DEX side will be, but I just changed the overall to basically 100 million. Now, with that, you're looking at about 2.2 years that it will take to end up burning off. Now, I still feel like that's a little bit extensive. It is great to see 2 years. We've already moved 1 year, and we really haven't seen much change in the form of direction, which way we're going. And if we had this in place, to know that this is working, to know that we can restore the chain, yes, people will probably get a little bit bored, but they understand that there is an end goal and a sort of, it is long term, but a short term end goal. If you think about where you can get to, right? If you can turn whatever you invested into millions of dollars, and then also see a thriving chain, be able to restore the chain, see people that are investing in USTC make some money as well, see the algorithm come back in place, and new uses for Terra Luna Classic, that can be absolutely huge overall. But then I did you one better, and I still feel like this can get even better than this, right? We can see billions of dollars that are flowing through it. Well, I did you one better, and unhide this, and you're going to see that we have 300 million. What if we get to 300 million? $300 million in volume on a daily basis, which we have seen before, would amount to about $3 million total that you would have there. And that would be at a current price, at the current price, it would be right there. It would be 25 billion coins. Now, this is all factoring in if things stay the same. Obviously, things will change. I believe that the overall dynamic between the price and the volume that we see will end up changing. They will grow together. So it will be ultimately the same factor, and you will be able to burn the same price or the same amount as time goes on. As the more volume that you have, unless it's like, out volume, you're going to see it continue to rise. So let's say that everything does stay the same. It could take less than a year, basically 3/4 of a year, in order for this to play out. It would burn 25 billion per day, which would be $9 billion or 9 billion coins per year, which is obviously more than what we have there. So it would take, 3/4 of the year. Yeah, 3/4 of the year for this to fully play out. And and then we would end up seeing that happen a lot sooner. So it's a short-term goal. So this can definitely have an impact. Whether the impact is massive, whether we only do it for 6 months, or we do it for a year, or we do it for 2 years, it's still going to have a massive impact no matter what, because it's going to decrease that supply as we are seeing transactions that are going through. And if everybody's doing it and it's at 1%, it's not really affecting what you have because it's 1% of what you invested, which if you're gaining a hell of a lot, that's nothing, right? There's definitely fees out there that you end up paying a lot more as you do buy it. But then when you end up selling it, hopefully if you have a hell of a lot more, then yes, you're going to pay a decent sized fee, but you'll be comfortable with it because you may have gained hundreds of thousands or maybe even millions of dollars at that point. So um, it's just a kind of a tax that we pay in order to restore the overall chain. So it's definitely something that will have an impact. Don't think that it wouldn't. I believe that it can, and the volume could even get higher than this. Like we can see this happen to where it ends up being a billion dollars in volume a day. And you're looking at about 30 trillion that you can burn off per year, or this would end up burning off in about 25% of the year, right? A quarter, 3 months. So it really all depends. If we have this in place, how many people are FOMOing into it? How much buying do you see that's going into this at some of these lower prices? How much selling do you see that's coming out? With buying and selling, all transactions, we're seeing so much that goes towards these taxes and could have a massive impact to this. So don't sleep on this. This could be really, really big for Terra Luna Classic, and not only for that, for crypto in general, because it opens the door for other exchanges that are community led to do the same and ask for the same. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. Let me know what you think about this down below. I'm sure there's going to be people that are just like, no, it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen, but you never know. The unknown is what makes it interesting. But I'm going to get out of here and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.